Okay, do we have Matthew Bennett?
Yep, that's Mr. Bennett here.
Okay, this is the People versus Matthew Bennett, 240063FY.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Jeffrey Fant on behalf of Mr. Bennett, the limited purposes of arraignment. We waive formal reading. Stand mute.
Okay, I'm going to enter a not guilty plea on Mr. Bennett's behalf. Mr. Bennett, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say orally or in writing can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney would be appointed to represent you. And you have a right to have that attorney present at any future questioning and any future court hearings. Do you understand all of that, sir?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Bennett, you have 2 court dates coming up within the next 21 days. The first is your probable cause conference. Your probable cause conference is set for January 29th. And your preliminary exam will be your next date. Your preliminary exam, the prosecutor must prove that a crime was committed and probable cause exists to charge you with that crime. Your preliminary exam is set to occur on February 5th of 2024. Mr. Fantos to bond.
Your Honor, Mr. Bennett has minimal contact, mostly driving with the, in terms of the history. He is on disability right now. He's getting towards the end of an injury recovery, getting back, being able to go back to work. Appreciate the seriousness of the allegations, but has no history in this respect, Judge.
Okay, well, I was the judge who heard the allegations in this case today when the officer swore to the case, and I was very concerned about the allegations, and I am also to look at the strength of the case, and based on the allegations, there was a confession, the firearm was located, and the allegation is that in the middle of Taylor, the defendant went over to a residence. Doesn't even look like the individual that he had contact with was who he was looking for. And then he began firing a weapon in the street in Taylor in, early evening hours at a bunch of individuals in the back of a U-Haul truck. Certainly concerning allegations. I understand he's got a lack of criminal history, but I do not think a personal bond is appropriate given the allegations in this case. So you have a $75,000 cash or surety bond. You're to appear in court as directed. You're not to leave the state without permission of the court. You're not to commit any new crimes while released. You're to immediately notify the court of change of address or phone number. You are to have no contact with the complainants listed in this case. Ali Najdi, I believe is the only individual they have specifically listed. You're not to have any contact with him or his residence or employment. I know they had 4 victims or complainants. Oh, I see. We also have Connor Crumpton, Spencer Morrison, and Cooper Stallions. Do you understand me, sir?
Yes.
You can't call them. You can't email them. You can't talk about them on social media. If you see them in public, you turn around and walk the other way. You can't send them blank messages. You can't have other people do any of these things either. Do you understand me?
I understand, yes.
Cannot purchase or consume alcohol or illegal drugs, cannot possess or have access to firearms. All right, sir, you've been given your court dates. You're all set. And just for the record, I also signed the request for court-appointed attorney.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just the type.
Yeah.
Mr. Delise, come up here and talk to the judge.
Okay.
Come on. Yeah, put your shirt on. That'd be great.
Okay.
All right, this is 22-2069 and 23-0259. The People versus John Delise. Mr. Delise, can you tell me your name?
John Delise.
Okay, sir. Sir, you understand that you're here on, you have 2 misdemeanor cases and a civil infraction. You've previously been arraigned on these cases back in February of 2023, and you were given a court date in March of 2023, and you failed to appear for that court date. And because of that, a bench warrant was issued for you. Do you understand all of that?
Yeah.
All right. And Mr. Delise, do you understand that you have a constitutional right to an attorney? And if you couldn't afford one, the court would appoint an attorney for you?
Yeah.
And it's my understanding that Mr. Fanto, our court-appointed attorney, attempted to speak with you and you indicated you were not interested. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. Sir, what's that?
I'm not. I made a mistake. I'm so dumb. You know, the lines have more fun. You know, lines are dumb.
All right, Mr. Delise, I need you to speak really clearly for me. I'm having trouble making out what you're saying.
Okay, I don't know. I didn't know I was going to go down there at the gas station for Mark's store and messing with me. I'm sorry. I want to do it now. So I'm sorry.
All right, Mr. Delise, do you understand what I'm talking about today?
Yeah, I understand you.
Okay. Because when you start talking and you're going off, I'm not sure what you're saying, and I want to make sure you understand what's happening today.
Okay.
So you have these 3 cases that are in bench warrant status. One is for a trespass, and that case is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of $500. And that's allegedly occurred on January 5th of 2022. And then you also have another trespass case. And this case is also a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days and a fine of $500. And then you have a civil infraction for littering that is $328 because it was put into default. Do you understand all of that?
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Delise, are you, where do you currently reside? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Where do you live?
Over at Gateway Avenue, exactly where you seen it. I was over by a homeless shelter, got two kids over there, Oakwood, Beaumont, by Eureka, and by Torres. Between Torres and Miss Taylor, called a homeless
I
shelter.
can't understand anything you're saying. Nothing. And I'm sorry, sir. I'm trying very hard. I'm not trying to be mean to you. I really can't understand you. Listen to my question. Are you homeless?
No, I stay, I'm homeless. I stay at T1 Center right east of Macabile. I just say Gateway Avenue,
Okay, you're homeless, but you stay somewhere?
over at T1 Center right east of Macabile. The homeless shelter got two kids over. It's a homeless shelter got two kids.
It's a homeless shelter?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Mr. Delise, you don't come back to court. And here's the thing. You've got consistent line of cases going back 2 decades, and they're all misdemeanor offenses, but you currently have warrants out of East Point, Livonia, Michigan State Police, and Dearborn, and the Dearborn is a significant one. You understand you're here at a misdemeanor. You understand what the maximum possible charges are. Is that correct? I just told you that?
Yeah.
Okay. You understand you have a right to a trial. If you wanted a trial, you would have the right to one. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
You understand at that trial, you could bring in your own witnesses and the court would sign subpoenas for you. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Do you understand, sir, that you have a right to see, hear, and question all of the witnesses against you? Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. And you understand you have a right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent? Okay. Is that a yes, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Last one. You understand you have a right to be presumed innocent until you are proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yes.
Is that a yes?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Delise. All right, I'm entering not guilty pleas on your behalf on both of these cases. I'm recalling the warrants.
Okay.
All right, hold on.
Okay.
And then you're going to have a bond, sir, because you don't come to court. You have holds all over. So sir, you're to appear in court as directed. You're not to leave the state without permission of the court. You're not to commit any new crimes while released. You're to immediately notify the court of change of address or phone number. You're not to return to the Comfort Inn where this incident is alleged to have occurred. You cannot purchase or consume alcohol or illegal drugs.
Okay.
And you have $1,000 cash bond on case ending in 0259. And the remaining cases will just have personal bonds of 100. And we're going to get you a court date as soon as possible, sir. And next time you come to court, Mr. Delise, you should really consider speaking with the defense attorney so that he can resolve these for you one way or another.
Okay.
All right, sir. You're all set. Have a good day.
Okay, I need to go, sir.
Thanks, Your Honor. Have a great afternoon.
So have a-
Thank you. All right, I still do not have Mr. Polk. Oh, Mr. Polk, I saw you there. All right, I think we have everyone. Do we have Miss Moynihan now, please? Oh, goody. All right. This is 23-13-25 FY, the state of Michigan versus Nicholas Canon. Can I get appearances?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Tina Moynihan on behalf of the people, P84692.
Your Honor, may it please this honorable court, Larry Polk on behalf of Nicholas Canon. I don't know if Mr. Canon is in the courtroom.
He is present via Zoom, counsel.
Okay, very good. Mr. Canon, would you state your name for the record, please?
Nicholas Canon.
Okay. So it's the time and date set for a competency hearing. I know we've had multiple control dates. We did receive documentation from a psychiatrist and a registered nurse at the Center for Forensic Psychiatry. Have both parties had an opportunity to review that document?
Yes, Your
Yes,
Honor.
I have, Judge.
All right, and did the two of you have any stipulations or things you want to put on the record with respect to today's hearing?
Judge, I think that we're prepared to stipulate to the findings.
Is that accurate, Ms. Moynihan?
Judge, I am willing to stipulate to the findings of the incompetent stand trial at this time.
All right, and I think the report in its entirety was that the defendant was incompetent to stand trial, but that his competency was restorable. So I'll be signing an order on a finding of competency, and the defendant will be placed in a treatment facility to go undergo treatment to make him competent. So I'm executing that order now. We have that. I know there's a statutory time frame that this has to occur in. Ms. Moynihan, do you get control dates or anything from the forensic center, or what are your thoughts? Should we all just agree to set this out 60 days for a review?
Judge, I would ask. Go ahead, Mr. Polk.
I was going to just say that every 90 days we are supposed to get an update. That's how it goes, the statute.
Okay.
Of the
I couldn't remember if it was 60 or 90.
15 months. So every day we do and send us a report.
Yeah, I know they have 15 months to make him competent. I just couldn't recall, Mr. Polk, if it was 60 or 90 days that they authored the reports, and it's 90, so we'll just set a control date for 90 days.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And all right, so it's January 17th. Going into April. April 22nd.
That's a good day, Judge.
All right, and if everyone can be here, we can set it at 8:30. We can appear via Zoom, and that way, Mr. Polk and Mr. Moynihan, I take the bench at 08:30. If you're here at 8:30, I'll call you and get you on your way.
That'll be perfect, Judge.
All right, so returning 4/22 of 24 for a review of the competency status.
Okay.
All right. And Ms. Moynihan, you have complaining witnesses here. I don't know if you want to be put in a room with them or Ms. Dennis to explain to them what we're doing here today.
Judge, the one that I'm speaking with is Miss McGee. I will give her a call this afternoon as I get some things cleared away. I don't want to leave her waiting for too long. But I know Miss Dennis did speak to some this morning when they appeared as well per the notes in my file. But I will call Miss McGee this afternoon.
Okay, well, I'll just say for the record that even though the defendant was, the stipulation is that he's incompetent at the time. There was a belief by the forensic center that he could be made competent. So he will remain in custody, but he'll be in a psychiatric facility so that he can work towards competency. And I'll see everyone back.
I would like to talk to the victims in the breakout room, Your Honor.
All right, we'll get you in there with them. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and thank you
See you
everyone
later,
for being
Tina.
patient.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Judge.
Have a good
See
day.
you later,
Judge, you and your
Tina.
staff.
You too.
Yeah.
All right, we're all set.